Here we are again. I promised we'd be back with breaking news. I didn't expect to walk upstairs and see an article by Melissa Reddy, the LFC correspondent for Goal.com. Yeah, it's not good news. I think we all knew that it was inevitable at this stage. It feels like he's as good as gone, if I'm perfectly honest with you. So we'll get into the article. Coutinho close to record Barcelona transfer from Liverpool. Yeah. Not great reading, really, is it? There he is, the beautiful, brilliant Brazilian magician turncoat. There was a possibility of doing an advanced deal now ahead of the 2018-19 season, Melissa Reddy writes, but Barcelona and the 25-year-old have pushed for an immediate transfer. That is not the summer. Melissa Reddy's reporting that it's going to be this January. And my guess is if this news has come out before the derby, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close because I'm sure Liverpool would have wanted to mute this until after the derby if they possibly could have. So my guess is say your goodbyes, seriously, because if it's coming out before the derby, I think this is going to move very, very quickly from here on in. Melissa Reddy is one of the best Liverpool FC journalists around. If you want to read the full article that she's done, the link is in the description. But she continues, Barcelona have finalised an offer of €150 million, which works out at the moment at about £133 million to secure Philippe Coutinho, which would make him the third most expensive footballer in the world and their record signing. So yeah, obviously it's going to be Neymar and Mbappe with the players that have gone for more money than that. It also break the Dembele records, which could rise to 145 million, starts at 105. Yeah, apparently they're coming back in. It'll be supplemented with 40 million add-ons related to performances and appearances, which are likely to be triggered. So when they came in last time around, I'm sure you guys know this, and girls, of course, I'm sure you all know this. It was like linked to like winning a Ballon d'Or and winning Champions Leagues and stuff like that. Now apparently Liverpool are wanting something that's achievable and realistic, so expect decent add-ons with a good chance of hitting them. It's gutting, isn't it, really? I think he's been in incredible form since he handed that transfer request in. Rumours a couple of days ago that he's played his last game for Liverpool. They are looking to be true, but what annoys me more than anything is that it is happening on the eve of a derby. We should be focusing on the derby. You know, we've got a massive game in the FA Cup third round and everyone's focusing on Phil Coutinho, and that's not good. The squad will not, well, I don't know how the squad will be feeling right now, but he's one of the top players, if not the best player in that squad. Certainly he's one of the most, well, he's been here for 5 years, hasn't he? He'll be looked up to because he's such a good player, because he's been here for a long time now. And it's absolutely gutting, of course it is. This now is about reinvesting this money ASAP, because selling one of your best players in the middle of the season does not look good. Liverpool do not come out of this smelling of roses at all. But again, rumours, it's Jurgen Klopp's decision if Coutinho's sold, and I wonder if Jurgen Klopp's had enough, and you know, we all know that he believes that you need squad harmony and you need a squad all fighting for the same cause, and if he believes Phil Coutinho isn't going to be there, then sell now, cash in now. My guess is that it is Jurgen Klopp's decision. Nothing's changed on that since the summer. It's gutting, it really, really is, but listen, right now it's about making sure that we sign someone else. I can't imagine that this deal will have been leaked without us having lined up somebody else for January, whether that's Thomas Lemar, whether we've thrown a bid in for Sanchez or whatever, you know, whether it be a Mahrez or whatever. I mean, you know, Thomas Lemar, great one for the future, but does he really help us now? For me anyway, Sanchez is the guy that I'd be moving heaven and earth to try and sign, because A, he can play in the Champions League, Thomas Lemar can't. B, all right, he's 29 years old, but he's absolutely fantastic. He's got that work rate, he's got that ethic. Whether he'll want to come to us, again, rumours last night that he wants to go to Manchester City, and that's where he wants to go this January. I'd move heaven and earth to try and get Sanchez in, because we need someone to replace what Phil Coutinho does in this side, and that is score goals and make assists. Mahrez has been great, but does he have that work ethic, I think is the general feeling around it. Sanchez is world class. We should be moving heaven and earth to get him, as I've said. Okay, so I'll go over to Mel Reddy's Twitter. It's at Melissa Reddy _. She's first of all just telling everyone there's an article and there's the link, and I just wanted to go through some of the reactions. So there we go. There's a nice little gif of Fekir there from Olympique Lyonnais. Jay at RedTildead26 says FSG out. Why though says at RomeB_, selling our best player mid-season. One could almost say this is sale is to balance the books of VVD. I don't see that that's the case, because Virgil van Dijk was going to sign in the summer, by all accounts, and we just didn't get it done. This is a belter tweet. At Cupo Dan, package, let me guess, half now and half when Everton win a trophy. Get out! So I thought that was quite funny. And then we'll go over to the Daily Mail. Barcelona offer Liverpool 116 million for Coutinho. This was at 10:42 this morning. But Reds want 142 million for Brazilian midfielder. Barcelona are stepping up their pursuit of Coutinho once again. Sport reported that Barcelona have offered 116 million. However, the Spanish paper claimed that Liverpool are holding out for 142. Meanwhile, Mundo Deportivo over in Spain stated that the Reds value Barcelona's bid. I'm going to get into some of the comments now. So have you got one to start me off?
I've got a good one from the Turkey Fish 15, who says he wanted to go to Barca. Fair enough, can't blame him. However, Phil is repped, and even Barca themselves have gone about this like dickheads. No class. Hopefully a deal for Lamar, etc. can be done. Yeah,
absolutely, I agree with you. And it's too little too late as far as Valverde comes out this morning, doesn't he? Or was it last night? And starts talking about we need to respect that Phil Coutinho is playing for another club and we need to respect Liverpool. I'm sorry, Mr. Valverde, but your entire squad has talked about Phil Coutinho. You've been tapping him up for 7 months. An apology the day before this news is leaked is just a slap in the face, and that's even more disrespectful than what you've been doing. You've been treating us like absolute tits, and unfortunately it looks like we've bent over at the moment. What about Lanzini, says Sahil Kale. I like Lanzini, but does he replace Phil Coutinho now? Does he? Bollocks. He's nowhere near that level right now. He can get there, maybe, but right now we need someone who can come in, score goals from that left-hand side, or play in the centre of the park. You know, it's just, he's miles away from that for us, miles away, in my opinion.
I've got a good one from Kevin Watson as well. He said the summer deal really suits everyone. Barcelona have basically won the league and he's ineligible for the Champions League. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think they're 11 points ahead in Spain at the moment, aren't they? I mean, you know, but if they want to make a run at the Champions League, to give them a little bit of rotation, to be able to play them in league games and rest some of those bigger players, you never know. Also, the fact is, Liverpool took a risk with Naby Keita. You know, signing someone for 6 months' time, what if he gets a big injury? What if we, you know, there's loads of mitigating circumstances why Barcelona will want this done. They might just want the PR. They might think that Real Madrid will come in for him in the summer and all that type of... I just don't know. But why wouldn't you want the player now if you can get it? We wanted Keita last summer, but we accepted... we accepted this summer coming. It's gutted. I'm going to get into the comments myself here. Money no object. Who do you replace him with, says Lawrence. Okay, well, I'll start with 130 million. 90 million Lamar, 40 million Sanchez. Done. Give him 300k a week, not asked. Ellis Fenwick, Sanchez would be incredible, and also Fancy reaction would be hilarious. It really would. I hope Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's been speaking to him. Kyle Baylor says Sanchez good, but I think Man City will get him. He's 29. Yeah, still... we did something on the Red Transfer Roundup about Sanchez yesterday, and one of the lines that Paul came up with is it's Moneyball 2.0 if you sign Sanchez. First of all, it's a change in strategy from FSG. You know, you don't expect FSG to spend big money on a 29-year-old, but this guy isn't worth 40 million, he's worth double that, maybe even more. You know what I mean? He's maybe £100 million footballer in today's market, with Virgil van Dijk being 75 and Coutinho being 130. His age does come into it. You could still sell him in a year or 2 years for decent money and not lose a lot of money. But what you get from him is you get experience, you get a winner, you get a born winner, you get dedication, and you get a fucking world-class footballer. So that's why I'd be going for that. Shane Garland said big clubs don't sell their best players in January. Very poor judgment if they sell him now and set a bad precedent. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, I think it's spot on. I think, you know, best case scenario would have been Liverpool if we were having to sell in the summer. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. As I said though, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. I don't think that this deal will get over. I just don't see that Liverpool can be so stupid to not replace him. Seriously. I mean, you're throwing away all the good work that Klopp and this squad have done if you don't replace him, because Mane's not in the best form. He's still been affecting football matches, thankfully. We're a body light. We've got injury issues at the moment with Henderson being out. Where's Sturridge? What's happening with him? You've got Salah, who picked up that small knock. We've got Moreno out. We've got Klein out. So there's players there that can't play. And if we leave ourselves another player down, that's negligence in my eyes. Absolutely. So there we go. I'll tell you what, I'm expecting more news today. So I'm going to cut this one short. We'll get back into the comments and stuff later. Got one more before we go. RJS11, Chris, absolutely heartbreaking. Every time we feel like we're making progress, we get hit with this shit. Same with Torres, same with Suarez, and now Phil. Think top four will be difficult. I still think we can make top four without him, but I just think you want to make a good fist, the FA Cup and the Champions League, and that becomes more difficult. I think we've still got the squad to get into top four because we're scoring goals. But that's me with me red tinted glasses on and being the optimist. Don't forget as well, we will be back when breaking news happens, but we are on the road to 200,000 subscribers. So if you like breaking Liverpool news in video form and you like chatting to us in the comments, then please subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube. Costs you absolutely nothing, and you'll get a little notification if you click that notification bell every time we release a video, and we will be doing a lot of news shows over the course of January. So please subscribe and help us hit that 200,000. Anyway, I've been Chris Page. I expect to speak to you all later on today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.